Everyone is freaking out about the new prophecies, the Pope, and this so-called end of the world. But what no one seems to notice is that maybe the most dangerous ending isn't the apocalypse you imagined. Because there's another kind of ending, silent, disguised as routine, that has already begun, and maybe it's happening to you right now. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you thought you had time to do is gone. That the world changed, the rules changed, and you were left behind. Sounds like an exaggeration? Then look around. The sense of urgency in the air isn't a coincidence. People are talking about prophecy, end times, apocalypse. And even if these things seem exaggerated or even conspiratorial, one thing is certain. Most people are living as if they had all the time in the world. But they don't. What if all of this is just a warning? A sign that you can't keep pushing your life aside. That continuing to live on autopilot is the perfect recipe for future regret. I'm not here to talk about religion or preach fear. I'm here to challenge you. Because maybe the world won't end tomorrow, but your chance to change could end today. All this talk about end times, global shifts, a new era. Even if you don't take it literally, it still works as a mirror. A warning. Are you living the way you truly want to? Or are you just existing, surviving, doing the bare minimum to not fall apart? Most people live in snooze mode. They wake up, but they don't awaken. They work, but they don't build anything that truly matters. They live by inertia, as if waiting for some magical sign to finally start moving. And you know what's worse? They don't even notice. What this moment is asking of you isn't desperation. It's awareness, clarity, courage. Everyone is talking about global collapse, artificial intelligence, climate change, financial crisis. But there's an even bigger collapse happening right under your nose. The collapse of your own life while you wait for the right moment to act. Some people will die waiting for the perfect motivation. But the truth is, if you're waiting for motivation to act, you've already lost. Real motivation is born from movement. When you act, it shows up. When you do what needs to be done even without the desire, that's when the magic happens. And while you're stuck fighting procrastination, laziness, doubt, comparison, fear, someone else is transforming their life with the same time you have. With the same challenges, just with a different mindset. You don't need a miracle. You need a decision. A firm choice to step out of autopilot and take control. Because no one's coming to save you. That's the hard truth. No one's going to show up and pull you out of the hole. Only you can do that. And if not now, when? This fear of the end of the world, this wave of uncertainty that everyone is feeling, it might be the best thing that ever happened to you. Because it's exactly in moments like these that reality hits. That you realize you can't keep wasting days. That you need to start, scared or not, ready or not. Because if you keep waiting for security, control, stability, you'll be waiting forever. Have you noticed how some people seem like they've woken up to life? They're making things happen, showing up, growing? Those people aren't better than you. They just understood that time is the most valuable currency in the world. And that spending time on things that don't move you is slowly throwing your life away. Now think with me. If this were your last year alive, are you living the way you'd want to? Are you doing what you believe in? Are you working to become who you want to be? Or are you just letting life carry you, hoping something changes on its own? This video isn't here to scare you. It's here to shake you. Because maybe you're wasting time on small things, distractions, dramas that aren't even yours. Meanwhile, life is passing. The world is changing. And you need to move. Maybe the end of the world everyone's talking about is actually the end of an old world. The end of an era where living on autopilot was acceptable. Now, those who aren't awake, present, intentional, will be left behind. Not because the planet will explode, but because opportunities will vanish. Chances will disappear. And the ones who are ready will fill the empty spaces. You can be one of those people. But you have to decide that now. You have to start with what you've got, with what you know in the way you can. Because waiting to be ready is the most convincing excuse your lazy mind created to keep you stuck. And that's where discipline comes in. Routine. Daily habits. You want to break out of mediocrity? Then start acting like someone who refuses to be average. Wake up earlier. Take care of your body. Read. Study. Work hard. Not out of obligation, but because you know your life depends on it. Because it truly does. Maybe everything that's happening in the world right now is just a warning. A wake-up call. A push from the universe. For you to wake up. For you to stop pretending to live. And start taking your existence seriously. Not with pressure, but with purpose. You don't need to change the whole world today. But you do need to change your world. And that starts with a simple decision. What are you going to do with it? And since everyone's talking so much about endings, how about you start thinking about beginnings? The beginning of a new mindset. The beginning of a new chapter. The beginning of a routine that actually makes sense. Because every time you take a different step, no matter how small, you're rewriting your destiny. The secret is in the small daily decisions, not in grand revolutions. And if you still think that changing requires a strength you don't have, maybe what you're missing isn't strength, it's clarity. Clarity about what you want, what you deserve, what you're no longer willing to tolerate. You know that silly habit you repeat every day and deep down you know it's holding you back? It may seem harmless, but it's draining your future. That endless scrolling on your phone, the excuse of, "I'll start tomorrow," the famous, "just for today." All of that builds, brick by brick, a life of frustration. And when you realize it, time has passed. Life has passed. And you stayed, stuck, waiting for a tomorrow that never came. But here's the good news. As long as you're alive, there's still time. Time to change direction. Time to start over. Time to honor the life you've been given. If you made it this far, you're already different from most people. Because most give up halfway. They run from discomfort. They trade reflection for distraction. But you stayed. That says a lot about who you're becoming. Now don't let this reflection die here. Take it with you. In every choice, every morning, every decision that brings you closer, or pushes you further away, from the life you deserve to live. The world out there might be falling apart, but your world in here can still bloom. And it all begins when you truly decide to stop surviving and start living. If this video touched you in any way, don't keep it to yourself. Comment below what resonated with you the most. Share it with someone who also needs this reminder, and subscribe to the channel. We'll keep bringing deep reflections in a direct, real, and accessible way, for those who want to get out of autopilot and create a more meaningful life.